Hello, citizen fan. The transfer market is heating up and Manchester City doesn't want to be left behind. The club is planning ambitious moves to further strengthen Pep Guardiola's squad with a major double signing worth $159 million. But at the same time, three key players could be on their way out. Additionally, we have updates on Erling Haaland's recovery and a potential new signing for the attack. So, stay with me until the end of the video to catch every detail. But before we dive in, if you are passionate about Manchester City and want to stay up to date with all the club's news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Now let's get straight to the news. Manchester City is targeting big signings to keep the team competitive on all fronts next season. According to reliable sources from Germany, the club has its eyes on Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen and Hugo Larsson from Eintracht Frankfurt. Meanwhile, three key players could be departing. City's management remains determined to refresh the squad, particularly as some key players are aging or struggling with recurring physical issues. According to Florian Plettenberg from Sky Germany, Guardiola is keen on signing Wirtz and Larsson as part of this squad overhaul. Florian Wirtz is seen as the perfect successor to Kevin De Bruyne in the playmaker role. The young German has been catching the eye with his brilliant performances in the Bundesliga and his versatility in midfield. Bayer Leverkusen is still trying to hold on to their star, but they are aware that giants such as Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid are watching closely. The player is valued at around $109 million, making him one of the most expensive names on the market. Meanwhile, Hugo Larsson is viewed as a key addition to bolster the midfield, particularly after Ilkay Gundogan's departure. The Swedish midfielder is only 19 years old, but has already shown great maturity playing for Eintracht Frankfurt. City is reportedly ready to open negotiations and spend around $50 million to secure his signing, although they face competition from Liverpool, Arsenal, and Tottenham. But while City is working on bringing in new players, some significant departures could be on the cards. Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan are nearing the end of their contracts. And although De Bruyne is open to staying at the club in a reduced role, his physical condition is a concern for the management. The Belgian has attracted interest from clubs in Saudi Arabia and Major League Soccer. Another name that could leave the Etihad Stadium is Jack Grealish. The English forward has yet to fully justify the $100 million City paid for him, and Guardiola is reportedly looking for a new player to strengthen the left side of the attack. Chelsea and Tottenham have already shown interest in Grealish, which could make his exit easier in the next transfer window. This transfer market promises major changes for Manchester City. Now, I want to hear from you fans. Are Florian Wirtz and Hugo Larsson good options to strengthen the squad? Would they fit into Guardiola's playing style? Leave your opinions in the comments. Manchester City received concerning news last week. Erling Haaland suffered an ankle injury during the FA Cup victory against Bournemouth and had to consult specialists to assess the severity of the issue. According to journalist Jamie Jackson from The Guardian, the expectation is that Haaland will be fit for the Club World Cup, but it remains uncertain whether he will be available for City's final Premier League matches this season. Haaland has been a crucial player in Guardiola's system since joining City, scoring an impressive 120 goals in 134 matches and maintaining an average of 1 goal every 94 minutes. However, with his absence, the club may need to reinforce its attack. According to Team Talk, Manchester City is interested in signing Jonathan David, the Lille striker. The Canadian, who has already been monitored by other Premier League clubs such as Arsenal, Chelsea, and Newcastle, could be on his way to the Etihad Stadium. Jonathan David is in the final months of his contract with Lille, and if he doesn't renew, he could leave for free in the summer. The forward has stood out since arriving in France, scoring 107 goals in 225 matches and winning a League One title. Although City signed Omar Marmoush for $60 million in the last transfer window, Guardiola is reportedly considering bringing in David to add more options to the attack. Marmoush, who has already scored 5 goals in 11 appearances, has shown promise, but the management believes Jonathan David could offer even more consistency in attack. Many experts consider David one of the best young strikers in European football. Analysts such as Paul Almeida and Zach Lowy have praised his technical ability and vision, making him a valuable target for top clubs. In the press conference before the match against Leicester City, Pep Guardiola spoke about Haaland's injury and revealed the estimated recovery time. These injuries are part of football, but this season has been particularly challenging for us. We've faced many difficulties throughout the year, so another obstacle isn't surprising. The manager also mentioned that, according to the club's medical staff, Haaland could take between 5 and 7 weeks to fully recover. City's goal is to have him back for the final matches of the season and, most importantly, for the Club World Cup. With Haaland sidelined, Guardiola will have to adapt his team and find attacking solutions for the crucial matches ahead. Can Manchester City maintain its high level without its top scorer? Who should step up in the attack? Share your thoughts in the comments. If being knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid was already hard to swallow, Manchester City fans may have another reason to worry. That's because the Spanish club could frustrate Guardiola's plans in the upcoming transfer window. City are interested in signing Adam Wharton, one of Crystal Palace's biggest revelations. The young English midfielder has been attracting attention with his consistent performances and is seen as a potential reinforcement for the Citizens' midfield. However, Real Madrid have also entered the race and could make negotiations more difficult. Wharton is only 20 years old but already shows maturity and quality to play at a high level. With excellent game reading, precise passing, and a strong defensive presence, he could be an interesting option for Guardiola, who is looking to rejuvenate his midfield. The problem is that his market value has been rising quickly, and Crystal Palace have already set a high price to release their young talent, $100 million. The price is considered steep, especially since City also need to strengthen other positions, such as the attack and full-backs. This raises doubts within the club about whether Wharton is truly worth the investment. Meanwhile, Real Madrid, always on the lookout for young prospects, could try to get ahead of City and secure the midfielder's signing. The Spaniards are eyeing reinforcements for next season and see Wharton as a player with the potential to grow and become an important part of the squad. Besides midfielders and attackers, Manchester City are also monitoring options for the left-back position, which may require reinforcements next season. One of the names that has emerged as a possible target is Ferland Mendy from Real Madrid. The French fullback has been an important piece in Carlo Ancelotti's team, but his future at the Spanish club remains uncertain. With a contract until 2025, Mendy could be sold if Real Madrid receive a satisfactory offer, which is where City's interest comes in. Currently, Guardiola relies on Josko Gvardiol, who has been playing as a makeshift left-back, as well as Nathan Ake, who can also operate in the position. However, both are natural center-backs, and the manager would prefer to have a specialist left-back to strengthen the department. The issue is that signing Mendy won't be easy. The player has already attracted interest from other Premier League clubs, such as Arsenal and Manchester United, which could make the competition even tougher. Additionally, Real Madrid do not intend to sell him cheaply, as they see the Frenchman as an important part of the squad rotation. If negotiations for Mendy do not progress, Manchester City could turn their attention to other targets, such as Alphonso Davies from Bayern Munich and Theo Hernandez from AC Milan. Both are considered elite fullbacks and would fit well into Guardiola's playing style, but their signings would require a significant investment. Another name that has been stirring things up behind the scenes at Manchester City is Bruno Guimaraes. The Brazilian midfielder has been one of Newcastle's standout players since his arrival and has caught the attention of several European giants. Now, City are ready to enter the race and try to bring the player to the Etihad Stadium. Bruno Guimaraes has been a key figure in Newcastle's midfield, combining quality in build-up play, intensity in defensive work, and exceptional vision. Guardiola sees the Brazilian as an ideal player to reinforce the midfield, especially if Kevin De Bruyne or Ilkay Gundogan leave the club. However, City are not alone in this pursuit. Arsenal and Liverpool have also shown interest in the player, and Newcastle are not willing to let him go easily. The English club would only agree to sell Bruno Guimaraes if they receive a very high offer, possibly exceeding $100 million. The competition is set to be fierce, and the Brazilian will have a tough decision to make. If he chooses Manchester City, he would have the chance to work with Guardiola and compete for top-level titles. At Arsenal, Bruno would be a key player in Mikel Arteta's project, while at Liverpool he could replace Thiago Alcantara, who is expected to leave the club. With so many speculations and potential deals, Manchester City's transfer window promises to be one of the busiest in recent years. Guardiola and his coaching staff know they need to strengthen the squad to keep competing at the highest level, especially with increasing competition both domestically and internationally. At present, City's main targets are Florian Wirtz and Hugo Larsson to refresh the midfield and replace players like De Bruyne and Gundogan, Jonathan David as an attacking option to support Haaland and Marmoush, Adam Wharton as a long-term midfield investment, Ferland Mendy to reinforce the left-back position, Bruno Guimaraes as a major midfield addition. At the same time, some departures could take place with names like Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, and Ilkay Gundogan possibly leaving the club. With the movement in the transfer market, Manchester City could undergo one of the biggest overhauls of the Guardiola era. In addition to planned arrivals, the possible departures of key players could directly impact the team's dynamics for the next season. Among the names that could leave the club, 3 stand out: Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, and Jack Grealish. Each of them plays a crucial role in the squad, but for different reasons, their departures are being considered. Kevin De Bruyne. The Belgian is one of the greatest idols in Manchester City's history and a key player in Guardiola's system. However, with age advancing and a recent history of injuries, the club fears his performance may decline in the coming years. Rumors suggest he could receive a lucrative offer from Saudi football or even MLS, where he could end his career as a global star. Ilkay Gundogan. After leaving City and signing with Barcelona, the German's name still sparks discussions among fans. His departure left a significant gap in the team's midfield, and finding a suitable replacement has been a challenge. As a result, names such as Florian Wirtz, Hugo Larsson, and Bruno Guimaraes have emerged as targets for the club. Jack Grealish. The Englishman's situation is more delicate. Signed for $100 million, he has yet to fully justify that amount. Despite having brilliant moments during the Champions League winning campaign, his inconsistency and injury problems have raised doubts about his future. Tottenham and Chelsea are keeping an eye on the player, and a sale could help City finance other signings. The departure of any of these players would mean tactical adjustments for Guardiola. Without De Bruyne, for instance, City would need to redefine its playing style, while losing Grealish would require a new high-quality winger. The potential arrival of Jonathan David here raises an important question. Does Manchester City really need another striker? Currently, City's attack includes Erling Haaland, Julian Alvarez, and Omar Marmoush, in addition to other players who can operate in the attacking sector, such as Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. Haaland is the undisputed starter when fit, but his recent injuries have raised concerns within the club. As a result, Guardiola is considering bringing in Jonathan David as a viable alternative to rotate the squad and avoid overloading Haaland. The Canadian striker, who is expected to leave Lille, has attributes that could fit well into City's system. However, there is a problem. Julian Alvarez already fulfills this role. The Argentine, who shone at the 2022 World Cup, has proven to be a reliable backup for Haaland and can even play alongside the Norwegian. Signing Jonathan David could mean fewer minutes for Alvarez, potentially leading to dissatisfaction and even a future departure. Another point to consider is the required investment. Even as a free agent, Jonathan David would demand high wages and a significant signing bonus. Furthermore, City has already spent $60 million on Marmoush, who also needs time to adapt and prove himself. Beyond squad changes, another topic sparking debate is Pep Guardiola's future at Manchester City. The Spanish manager is under contract until June 2025, but speculation has already arisen about his possible departure before the deal expires. Guardiola has been at City since 2016 and has won everything possible, including 5 Premier League titles and the long-awaited Champions League. However, the intense routine of English football and the pressure for results could make him consider a new challenge in the future. In recent interviews, Guardiola has made cryptic statements about his stay at the club. "I'm happy here, but football is unpredictable. What matters is the passion for what we do." These words have worried fans. Many believe the manager could be considering a sabbatical year or even accepting an offer from another team. Clubs such as Barcelona, PSG, and even national teams are monitoring Guardiola's situation and dreaming of having him as their coach. If Guardiola decides to leave, City's board is already evaluating possible successors. Some of the names being considered include Xabi Alonso, Bayer Leverkusen, impressing in the Bundesliga and could follow in Guardiola's footsteps. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal, knows City well but is unlikely to leave Arsenal now. Julian Nagelsmann, Germany national team, a young coach with an attacking philosophy similar to Guardiola's. For now, it's all just speculation. Guardiola remains focused on the current season and the pursuit of more trophies. However, uncertainty about his future could influence City's transfer market decisions, as players may hesitate to sign long-term contracts without knowing who the manager will be. With so much movement in the market, the next season promises to be a major challenge for Manchester City. The club needs to find a balance between squad renewal and maintaining competitiveness without losing the identity that Guardiola has built over the years. The main questions for the team's future are: who will replace De Bruyne? Florian Wirtz seems like the ideal candidate, but competition is fierce. Does the attack need reinforcements? Jonathan David could arrive, but Julian Alvarez has already shown he can be a key figure. Will the left-back position continue to be a problem? Ferland Mendy and Alphonso Davies are options, but they come at a high cost. Will Guardiola stay longer? His future could determine the club's direction in the coming years. The only certainty is that Manchester City will continue to be one of European football's protagonists, whether with new stars or the current squad. Guardiola and the board's work will be essential to ensuring the team remains at the top, fighting for titles and thrilling the fans. Now, we want to hear from you, City fans. What should be the club's top priority for next season? Which signing is the most important? Should the team make changes or stick with the current squad? Leave your thoughts in the comments. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about City. A big hug, and see you in the next video.